Last night was the Academy Awards or Oscars 2014, obviously covering the year of 2013. It was from the Dolby Theatre in Los Angeles, California, presented by comedian Ellen DeGeneres, who I thought actually did a good job. She kept it lively, made some really funny jokes, was on complete top form. She did some jokes. She got pizzas ordered, supposedly for the whole crowd, but obviously you could tell that everybody didn't take a slice of pizza anyway. And then she took Pharrell Williams' hat, who had performed earlier in the night, and took the hat around. It was a big, long, large hat. If you're a wrestling fan, it's like Sergeant Slaughter's hat. It's like one of the military hats, but it was really elongated top to it. And then she went around collecting cash, supposedly to pay for the pizzas. I wonder who did pay for the pizzas, though. I bet it wasn't actually anybody at the front of the crowd. Obviously, the front sections are always the top Hollywood stars and the nominees and their family and friends, etc. But overall, it was a really good show. First time in several years that I actually watched the Oscars. I haven't watched all of the films nominated, but I will actually go through the list of the award winners for the Oscars last night. Now, the show was actually broken down a little bit. Broken up really. Some adverts didn't last very long, maybe about 2 or 3 minutes at the most. In the UK, a couple of occasions when they went to adverts, we didn't actually get adverts. We had a panel presented by Alex Zane, containing like Emilia Fox, giving their opinions on how the show had gone and their predictions, which it actually ended up in a draw. Alex Zane got 20 and the Hilton not in relation to the hotel, but he also got 20 predictions correct and on in their competition thing. But also broken up by the musical performers. Pharrell Williams performed Happy from Despicable Me 2. That's actually a record breaking song now, actually, because yesterday it climbed back up to the #1 singles position, singles chart in the UK for the third time since the song's release. No other song has done that for 57 years. Idina Menzel, Let It Go from Frozen was performed. She performed that. It was that actually song won the Oscar for Best Original Song. Actually, very shortly after she performed, Idina Menzel performed the song, the category came up, and that was the song that won. Carno performed the Moon Song from the film Her. U2 got a standing ovation after performing Ordinary Love from the film Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. I'm really interested in seeing that film. As I said, I haven't watched all of the films nominated in the main nominated films yet, but that's one I'm really interested in watching when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray. Nelson Mandela picture montage was playing behind U2 while they performed the track and got a standing ovation afterwards. I think partly because of the montage behind them. Bette Midler's Wind Beneath My Wings performance I didn't like. I thought that was a horrible performance, obviously from the film Beaches. I've heard her perform it better. I don't know what it was, but that was performed after In Memorial bit where they have the the video montage of the people involved in the industry that have passed away in the last year. And Pink, actually, the artist Pink, did an excellent rendition of Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. It was a celebration of the anniversary of its release. A video montage of Wizard of Oz was also played in the background while Pink performed. That was actually a really good performance. Certainly, most revealing dress, I think, of the night on stage was definitely an award given to Pink. No, obviously it's not an official award, but I think certainly most on stage revealing dress was given to Pink. You watch it and you'll see why. But then again, that's always what kind of style that she does. Look good doing it as well. The presenters for the Oscars were likes of Amy Adams, Bill Murray, Brad Pitt, Goldie Hawn, Glenn Close. Angelina Jolie came out with the legendary Sidney Poitier to present the award for Best Director. It was amazing to see Sidney Poitier there. Obviously, he's getting old. He was struggling a little bit, but with the speaking and even walking on the stage was a bit of a struggle for him. But it was great to see him actually present an Oscar. And other names were like Harrison Ford, Bradley Cooper, Ewan McGregor, Chris Hemsworth, and Charlize Theron. Presented 2 awards for Best Sound Mixing and Best Sound Editing. And other names included Anne Hathaway and Jim Carrey. Now, there was, of course, some main nominated films. Gravity took 7 awards. 12 Years a Slave, another film I'm really interested in seeing, took 3 awards. Also taking 3, The Dallas Buyers Club. Frozen took 2 awards. The Great Gatsby also took 2 awards. Blue Jasmine, 1 award, and also Her took 1 award. The awards that they took, well, Gravity took Best Visual Effects, Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best Original Score, and Best Director for Alfonso Cuarón. 12 Years a Slave, Best Picture, Best Supporting Actress, that was Lupita Nyong'o, and Best Adapted Screenplay for John Ridley. Dallas Buyers Club, Academy Award for Best Actor, Matthew McConaughey. I really actually liked his speech. And the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor went to Jared Leto for Dallas Buyers Club, and they also won Best Makeup and Hairstyling. Frozen, as I said, won Best Original Song for Let It Go, and the Golden Globe Award for Best Animated Feature Film it has won. The Great Gatsby. Now, I watched that film earlier. I could see really the reason why Leonardo DiCaprio didn't win the award for Best Actor. I honestly could see it. Tobey Maguire has recently done a few bits on television and movies that has been a bit over the top acting, you know, kind of over the top to the point of almost cheesy. The television series I can't remember what the name of it is now, but I watched The Great Gatsby earlier on today. It was a bit over the top, it is a bit overacted, although it was a good film once you get into it. But you could see why, and it is a bit of a wonder why Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't actually won his own Oscar, which is actually surprising to me. I wasn't sure that fact, but apparently he has not won an individual Oscar. But it was a good film, and it won the Academy Awards for Best Production Design and Best Costume Design. I have to say it does look good when you watch the film. Blue Jasmine won Cate Blanchett an Oscar for Best Actress in a Leading Role. The film Her picked up Best Writing Original Screenplay for Mike Jones, and as said, the Best Picture winner was 12 Years a Slave, Brad Pitt, Didi Gardner, Jeremy Kleiner, Steve McQueen, and Anthony Katajis. The other films nominated in the Best Picture category were American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her, Nebraska, Philomena, and The Wolf of Wall Street. Not all of them I have actually seen. I thought the overall it was a really good program. I thought, like I said, it lasted a long time, 3 hours. It was quite quickly between awards. Like I said, those nominated were obviously told, keep your acceptance speeches if you win short. It was obviously, they had a timer beside the camera. Because one of the guys, I can't remember who it was, said, I've only got 42 seconds to make my acceptance speech, because you're obviously looking down, before he said that, so he obviously had some kind of timer or clock actually sitting there beside the camera where we couldn't actually see. But I thought some of the films were deserving a winner. Gravity is obviously the film that everybody is talking about. It's now available in the UK to watch on certainly Sky Store if you've got Sky TV. I've not watched that. I said I've not actually watched many of these films yet. The Great Gatsby and a couple others I've watched, and I think they're okay. Like I said, some of the films were deserving of their win. I was a bit surprised that Peter Nyong'o actually won the Best Supporting Actress. I thought perhaps Jennifer Lawrence may take it for the American Hustle film. That's what a lot of people were obviously, as well, like you said, talking about Leonardo DiCaprio, saying this thing. A lot of the talk in the UK was that Leonardo DiCaprio is going to take it for The Great Gatsby. As I said though, after watching the film today, I can understand why he didn't get it. After watching the clips of a couple of the other films, and watching some clips of Matthew McConaughey's performance in Dallas Buyers Club, I can understand why he got that award. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing the rest of these films. I know my brother and his family went to see Frozen. They absolutely loved that film. I think they saw it at least once, I think perhaps even twice, but they were really impressed by it. They said it was a really good film. So obviously I've got movies channels here in the UK, so I'll maybe watch that when it comes out, because that a lot of people, even though it's an animated and children's movie, a lot of people have been saying that was a real complimenting it and saying that was actually a really good film as well. Gravity is another one of those films that also I said I haven't seen that. That is definitely won say 7 awards. Certainly getting a lot of talk about in the press and the in the papers tomorrow. Because of the time in the UK, the most of the coverage will be in tomorrow, Tuesday morning's newspapers. Obviously, a lot of them though do have the internet the websites. So Gravity has been the one film that's been talked about on the television, on the internet, as obviously of course it won 7 awards last night. So that's the film that's really being discussed in the media today here in the UK when it comes to the Oscars coverage, the Academy Awards coverage. There are a lot of people said it's split down the middle about it. Some people said it's a really good film, others said it's good. Some people actually said that it falls away almost completely after the first 30 minutes. Gravity is, of course, the film featuring Sandra Bullock, whose her character struggles for survival after an accident in outer space, and her struggle to survive. It looks an interesting one to me. I've always been a fan of science fiction, of space and that kind of stuff. So it's obviously one like I said, I'm going to check out these films as and when I get a chance to. Haven't been to cinema for a long time. And I had actually had the finances lately to check out some of these films like I was going to, but certainly a lot of these films are obviously going to do big business over the next couple of months, like I said, as these come out on DVD and Blu-ray, or as they get shown on television. They're going to get a lot of viewership. And so UK, the movies channels these days, you have you can rent a copy of the film. It disappears after a couple of days, depending on your obviously your provider. But a couple of them disappear. So you can buy. It's like going to the cinema but doing it in your own home. You buy a ticket, watch the film once or twice, and then it disappears off your. Then the recording automatically gets deleted. So obviously they're going to do a lot of big business. That is one of the things that the Oscars does. You look at any award ceremony, whether it's music or film, different various entertainment genres, awards, etc. They, especially of course the most nominated, or the ones that get the most coverage, obviously if you do get an Oscar or two, or whatever the award is, if they get 1 or 2 awards, it's obviously going to bump up their income of the film as people decide to go and check out, which is obviously what is going to happen over these next few months. A few of these films will be released over the spring, summer time, all across the globe, which is obviously one of the things that people get. And obviously, storytelling is a very important thing, but a lot of people, some people, of course, in the movie industry are in it for making money. But I think a film that has a great story to tell, like the winner of the Best Picture film, 12 Years a Slave, I heard so much good stuff about that film. Really excellent film, apparently. So that would be one of the first ones I check out when I get the opportunity to. Like I said, I really enjoyed the show overall. Like I said, it was a long show, it was about 3 odd hours in total. I didn't watch the pre-coverage because that went on for about 3 hours as well. It was a bit much. It was just like I said, the panel, what their predictions were. I mean, it was this. It's obviously we don't know until the final nominations are announced which films will be dominating award ceremonies like the Oscars. Like I said, it's like any other award ceremony, whether it's music, films, different entertainment genres. You know, it's obviously the main ones, the big sellers, the box office smashes that will be dominating these type of awards. And overall, I thought it was a good show. Ellen DeGeneres kept it lively, as I said at the start, made jokes at the expense of several of the A-list stars, obviously the ones that she knew would take offence. It was lively, it was well paced, it was overall a decent show. It didn't drag on, it wasn't all dour, and you know, it also wasn't really, you know, we are movies. It wasn't really the hard sell either. It wasn't the right. These are the film nominated. Now go see them. Go see them. And I have to say, I really enjoyed some of the speeches, including, of course, Matthew McConaughey. I think Steve McQueen, who film 12 Years a Slave, won the Best Picture award, and that's the first time I believe it's happened to an African heritage director had actually won that award, which is fantastic, and he dedicated it for those who have suffered slavery and those still suffering slavery and those who have fought against slavery, which was a nice touch. And he was obviously really excited. I'm sure you've probably seen it on television. After he makes his acceptance speech, he goes and did a big jump, and he was really excited, obviously, to win that award. I said, a lot of these films, a lot of people will be now checking out because they won these awards. Although I would just say, I don't know the availability of some of these other awards, like the short documentaries, etc., in the UK. But overall, it was actually not too bad. The show, it was lively. Like I said, the theme was heroes. Wasn't really mentioned that much. Didn't really get that much of an indication of that. It wasn't too in your face. I think Ellen DeGeneres kept it light, kept it lively, and kept it entertaining. Like I said, she regularly on stage changed her clothes about 3 times. I thought it was a funny bit. While after Pink performed Over the Rainbow, she came out almost like in a princess dress kind of thing, with a fairy outfit actually, with a wand, and saying, you know, they were going to shout on me when it was time for Pink's performance. Am I too late? Have I missed it? It was quite funny. But overall, like I said, I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed sitting down watching it for the first time in years. The Oscar ceremony. Obviously, these films, like I said, they're all going to generate a lot of, well, have generated a lot of interest, which is partly what the award ceremonies do in all these movies. So I will be checking all of these main nominated movies out over the course of the next couple of months. And I have to say though, final thought is, you're just looking at watching some of the old films in the last couple of days on TV. It's amazing actually how far. I mean, obviously there was awards for like the best cinematography, special effects, etc. It is amazing actually the level of sophistication that modern day movies actually have. It is tremendously exciting to see the difference even between movies made just 30 years ago to the sophistication, the special effects, the abilities that they have now to put the producers and the directors visualizations of what they want the movie to be like, and the effects and the visuals that you get on the screen. It's amazing what they're able to achieve nowadays with all of this modern technology, and obviously it continues to improve, and we'll get even better special effects as obviously movies go on, a lot of things are becoming digitalized these days. Music's digitalized. You've got iTunes and the Amazons and all the various places. I do not think that movies as a genre, as an entertainment um, form, is in danger in any way at all. I don't think. I think as long as there are actors and people in the industry that put their egos aside, that concentrate on attitude and talent, I think the movies industry will last a long, long time. And I'm saying hundreds of years possibly. Obviously, there's continual remakes, etc. But I think, honestly, looking at the what some of the stuff, I think certainly the technology and, like I said, if people in the industry lay their egos aside and concentrate on having the right attitude and progressing and developing proper talent in the industry, I think certainly the future for movies all across the globe is very, very bright indeed.